I have been waiting for too long, as so many of us do. And if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you're probably waiting too. Waiting for the right time, for the moment that you feel ready, or for one that feels slightly less intimidating. If only I had less going on right now. I just need to plan for a little bit longer. I'm just not enough. And it is exactly that. Go on. Fill in the blank. There will be something that you tell yourself over and over and over. And I personally just wanted to feel that I had all the pieces together before I started. I wanted to feel like I was more whole of a person. Like maybe I've just gone through too many things and had too much chaos in my mind, so how could I just start like everybody says to? Why is there this invisible wall standing in front of me? I got into my head that until I was this girl I dreamed of becoming, I didn't have anything to offer. That girl was healed, self-assured, and she was confident. She was more talented, and most important of all, she was ready. And me, I felt like I was none of those things. And that is when it finally clicked. I thought I had to turn up one day as an end product finished, only realizing I completely disregarded the journey and embracing everything it had to offer. The journey was supposed to shape us, not intimidate or make us afraid. The process of becoming can at times be scary, but it's necessary to allow us to become who we've always wanted to be. An artist is someone who draws, paints, or creates anything. I wouldn't suddenly be ready to be an artist. I would become one the moment I made the piece of art. Maybe I wouldn't be a great one, at least not at first. But the journey of trying again and again and again would. I started examining why I had these thought processes. Why was perfectionism and unattainable standards the norm for me? Humans have this weird way of making what they are most afraid of and creating it into a self-fulfilled prophecy, almost as though the brain wants to protect you and expose you all at once. I wanted so much to just be who I authentically was and succeed in that. So I ran away from the things that would make that possible. Why? The only logical reason is fear. I made an impossible standard through perfectionism that made it completely unattainable. And so many of us do that. We put a standard on ourselves that we will never ever reach, so the hurt of failing or not being enough never actually happens. But what we are left with is nothing. Yep, just hopes and dreams that we never acted on. Nothing. And then I realized it was never actually about being amazing, and it is definitely not about being perfect. It has always been about being real. To be honest, I've always struggled with this. Authenticity is one of the most core parts of my character. It's the very thing I search for and yearn for in others. Yet I rarely share what's most real about me because of how much hurt I've actually been through. It made me hide the most authentic parts of myself. The fear of judgment, the fear of failure. It was so scary because it was real. It is the most magnetic part of us, authenticity. It's the thing we cherish most, and it's why we often hide it away, because wearing it like armor is too vulnerable. And that is exactly why we need to do it anyway. That resistance you feel, what if it's supposed to be challenged? What if the best things I've ever created were on the other side of being vulnerable and finally being real? If you strip yourself of all the things that are authentic to fit the status quo or what is popular or trending, where do all the real things go? I didn't realize the very thing I was hiding most was a gift meant to be shared in a shallow world. And this shallow world grows colder and less real day by day by day. We see it in everything.
But AI is about to replace all influence.
100% AI.
But who cares? None of this is real.
And that person that you just saw is completely AI generated.
People think I'm real. That's the scary part.
It only begins to feel more and more sterile.
I told you I'm not actually
a timeline of events that never really existed. colours and pixels aimlessly splattered across screens to create an image but be vacant of all meaning. Life has become so eerily and predictably orchestrated, and worst of all, void of what is real and what is human. And I do not want the same thing to happen to me. I don't have the answers that I thought I wanted or needed by this point. And to be honest, I dreamed of a day that I would finally feel as put together as everybody else seems to look. A day will probably never come, me being that idolized version of myself. And honestly, I just want to find the joy in life again. I feel like so much of my light has been stolen because of a lot of these thought processes that I don't even know where they fully came from. I think it's an accumulation of a lot of things. I can't control a lot of the things around me, but I can control what I do with where I'm at right now. I can do things on my way, limping, I can be tired and hurt, and I just need to get up and try. Honestly, I've spent so much time hating who I am that I look back and I realize so many years that I've actually wasted by just wishing I was somewhere else, wishing I was someone else. And I don't want to do that anymore. I was just trying to be who I thought I should be rather than being who I actually was. Not only do I want to be present in this process, I actually want to fall in love with it. I want to be so joyful to be a part of the process. I thought I needed to have an aesthetic home to make videos, and I thought I needed to have achieved so many more life goals, especially when I feel so behind sometimes in life. I just feel like the world keeps going. I thought I needed to have my dream body, and I thought that I needed to be very put together. The reason why I've made this video, or why it was on my heart, is because for me that was such a blockage that was stopping me from making things, because I thought that the things that I made, the things that would come from me, that they weren't actually good enough. Sometimes when you have a creative idea, you feel like the idea has to be so polished and put together and packaged so perfectly. The message behind it, the care, the authenticity, those things matter so much more. And the same goes for just who you are as a person. Just being my real authentic self, it's going to get me way further than just trying to reach an unattainable level or goal or version of me that doesn't really exist. I'm going to get there someday, or somewhere close, or maybe not at all. Maybe I will just get exactly to where I need to be. If you want to do art, or you have words inside of you that just needs to become a story, if there's songs that are just whizzing around in your brain, or they stay in your notes on your phone, I don't know, I just feel like we get given those things for a reason, and a lot of time, a lot of self-doubt kind of holds us back. That self-doubt is actually so self-centered. Realizing actually there are people that need what I'm going to create. We all consume things that have been created by other people. The most authentic pieces of creation are the best ones. They're the most meaningful ones, and they're the ones that change people. So I don't want to hold back because I'm just in my head too much. Even if you're not a creative person and you just know that you're not living the life that you know you can be, authenticity really is the key. It is the driving force and the magic behind all of the best things that inspire us. The best pieces of creation were authentic and real, and that's what makes them so special. And that is why you should start now, because it is not about being perfect or polished already. It is about being real and letting that authenticity just flow from you. For me, the first step of all of this, that action, it's making this video. That's my step into this direction. You need to decide what yours will be.